Hello, I'm Chris, and this is my first electric RC restoration video. This is a TRAXXAS Bandit. It belongs to a guy I work with, and I'm fixing it up for him for free because I'm hoping that he starts running his RC cars with us. I usually stay away from them when they have upgrades on them, so we're going to go through these upgrades and see are they legit or trash. You can see those shocks. I think those are the expensive ones. Obviously, that's freaking cool. This is cool. Okay, so let's tear it down real quick, and I'll stop when things get weird or broken. So one thing he brought to my attention is these wheels have a different offset. I've never seen that before, never noticed it. I do have an electric Stampede in there, and these are the only things I'm going to take off of this car for me. Those are black chrome wheels, and they're nice on a Stampede, not on this. So if you're first time watching, we tear these down and go through them so that you see what to expect buying a used one in case you're doing that. I'm not sure if we're going to keep these on here. I got to approve of them. Anything I don't use, I'm giving it back to him. I'm not trying to steal his parts. What do you guys think about that? This is already worth it because now I get to tell that story for the rest of my life. Upgrade, 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 and brass bushings. The upgrade this thing probably needed the most was overlooked several times. So when I'm taking these apart, I make two piles, the stuff I'm keeping and the stuff I need to go over. So this has brand new shocks on there. That's very cool. We still take them apart, wash all this stuff. All right, that's not even for this. All that stuff is good. The servo is good. He did throw in a controller. I may change this out for him because he doesn't have a bottom on there. Okay, I hope he gave me some good batteries. That'll be awesome. So I asked him if it had a TQI receiver. I don't think he knew about that, so I have no idea what's under here. So it has TQ in there, so I'll go ahead and donate the correct remote to him.
Dark matter is a, pretty cool thing to have printed on whatever.
90% of these slipper clutches are just run all the way down for some weird reason. So we're probably going to end up changing the gear ratio on it. All right, they have the right screws in here. Good. All right, let's check the bearings in the motor. Okay, so they probably bought this brand new because it feels really good. So everything spins free. This car is in really good shape, so we don't need to crack this open. Everything feels fine. So some of the parts for this Bandit have been discontinued, like this from TRAXXAS. So this is the part of the build I enjoy the most, is tracking down all this stuff and trying to find it. Okay, so everything's been washed and cleaned, but I think I'm gonna have to make another order. And if anybody caught it, please comment that you did. That's not a Bandit, it's a Rustler 2-wheel drive VXL. And the only way I was able to figure that out were the wheels, and this little shock tower piece is not drilled out for the wing. So I'm actually so glad that I'm messing with this because I'm learning so much. I call these Stampede wheels because of the tires on there. I'm guessing the VXL 4-wheel drive Rustler uses these too. The Rustler uses these wheels. The J-Do uses these wheels. So they burned the original tires off of it and then bought these tires. So something happened right here. I'm not sure if it was hit or it was glued wrong, but we'll investigate that later and fix these for something else. So I went ahead and ordered new wheels and tires and a new body. This is mine right here. So after getting into this project, I went on OfferUp and I found this for $100. We're gonna go ahead and build both of these at the same time. I don't know if we're gonna finish mine. I may have to donate some parts on mine to his because I told him I was gonna restore a Bandit and now he wants a Bandit. So we're gonna build two Bandits in this video, and we're gonna talk about the differences between the Rustler and Bandit. This is pretty much your entry-level TRAXXAS 12-turn brush. These are awesome motors. XL5, 2S, ESC, 2-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive. So on the rear of the Bandit, you have a narrow track, meaning these arms are real short. The Rustler is a little bit wider. We'll look at the arms and axles when we get there. And the Rustler is also wider on the front. So if you're gonna convert your Rustler to a Bandit, you're gonna have to change everything that we'll show in this video. But the shocks should be the same, bumpers the same, this piece the same, chassis the same, this is the same, all the transmissions the same. So here's the Nitro Sport that was before the Rustler, and this is just a real cool looking car all the way around. But you see the wheelbase is actually the same. As different as these two things look, they're very similar. So this is Nitro, and for some reason I like the Nitro Rustler, but I'm not really feeling the electric Rustler for some reason. I am feeling the electric Bandit. So this one for $100 came with a battery, remote with batteries in it. The thing works perfect as far as I can tell. Go ahead and get this one apart and look at the goofiness. I can already see real loose wheels. So the first weird thing is the Rustler and the Bandit use the same part number right here, but this one's not drilled. So are we gonna have to drill a new one? I don't know. Now I have to make a list of things I need to investigate because we're gonna have to make another order from TRAXXAS. Oh man, look at this. What is this? Already hit me with a curveball. Oh man, the bushings are just completely blown out on this thing. And then it's got these little tiny baby bushings. First time seeing these from TRAXXAS. So I don't think that was a Rustler VXL anymore. I think he was trying to make one, because why would they have brass bushings in a Rustler VXL? Because in RC, even if you know nothing, the first time you see a bearing, it's very hard to go back to a brass bushing. So you can upgrade the back from the small bearings on the Bandit to the big bearings on the Rustler, and everything will work out. Just order these for a Rustler. So we have the same tiny little bushings on the front. Let's see if we can upgrade these to Rustler parts. Ooh, this one's got the freaking E-clips on there. So the Bandit and the Nitro Sport use these arms. The Rustler arms are a different part number, and all I know is that they are a little bit wider. This is why I was telling him to avoid these upgrades. If you get the TRX or the TRAXXAS upgrades, they're beautiful, but they're very, very expensive. See, I did go back and put ball bearings in there for him. This is not an upgrade. This is actually a downgrade. This is that cheap AliExpress bull crap. So it's not the parts that are bad. It's the hardware they give you that's trash. So this pin is okay on this side. The shock screw, that's fine. But look at this pin on the most vulnerable area of the arm. It's skinnier than what comes on the plastic TRAXXAS stuff. And I want you to look at this stupid little micro nut. This is straight up garbage. Now I know that doesn't matter because the stress is just being put on there, but still, how are you gonna upgrade the part and then downgrade what's actually taking the beating? So these are the original shock screws, so we'll use them, but no use for this at all in any way. So we couldn't use the caster blocks because one of them was plastic, and I don't like putting mismatched stuff on there, but we will use these screws. So the back arms, I'm gonna have to order some from TRAXXAS, so I'm gonna donate mine for right now. But you can see these are way longer. See, yeah, you can buy the arms, but remember the screws. You gotta save those screws, so not bad. So you cannot buy these from TRAXXAS anymore. I'm sure you can find one on the internet. Both of these were in good shape. All the electronics, everything have been cleaned up for both of them. They were both in really, really good shape. This is mine. His right here. You can see all the stuff looking beautiful in here. I bought me a wheelie bar for mine too.
Former NASA scientist is attacked by demons.
He's 8 to 9 feet tall.
Yep.
He's usually seen as a black silhouette.
These Bigfoot creatures are trying to get him to wedge open this interdimensional portal so all of these entities can come through.
So I was able to keep the upgrades on the front, but on the back, we had to swap these out since they were too long, so I can't use these. On the front of TRAXXAS, you need adjustable camber links 100%, but on the back, you really don't need them. So we're gonna run these stock ones. So anybody wanting to shorten the Rustler down, 26.5 millimeters on this piece and 25 millimeters. So that's the Rustler pieces, and that's what those measurements were, what you'll cut them down to. These are a lot shorter on the Bandit. Man, this thing is really coming together nice. You'd be surprised how many people rip these teeth off because they don't check that gear mesh, and then they make up some bullshit. Give it a spin, make sure it feels good. Beautiful. I just noticed that this thing has Phillips screws on it, so this was a base model Rustler. All right, so I thought these wheels were gonna have the little hex. They don't, so we don't use this. Tighten them up pretty good. These wheels look really, really good. So they were $35. The rear come glued. These are not glued. So the shocks in the back, the preload pieces, everything is perfect on the back. Let's check the front out. I don't think they need preload pieces. Okay. We'll leave them out. I like it better without them. Okay, so Rustler to Bandit, you need these holes for the wings. So the part number is going to have an X at the end. I went ahead and bought this body for them. It comes with the wing on it, and we have to buy a little kit right here to mount the wing. All right, so make sure you get the wire as well. So this one had the little tiny bushing, so we bought new tiny bearings for it. If you want to upgrade these, you just order them for a Rustler. Literally the same part with just a bigger bearing. Same thing with the steering blocks. So to get the old tires off, we use acetone. Okay, you want to be able to seal it off. It doesn't have to be completely submerged, but it seems like it helps. This process is going to take 8 hours, and it will take this tire off so beautiful and so perfect. Okay, you got to be careful, don't squirt that stuff in your eye, but you see how I'm breaking that bead? You'll see it here in a second. So if you have any glue residue, just put it back in there for an hour. I swear it will take every single bit of glue off. And then we just painted these matte black. Fronts are not glued and they do not have any foams. Unless they come off for some reason, I'm not gonna glue the front. So I bought these tires for mine. These are the Anaconda. If you're gonna go fast, this is what you want. So now that I learned that acetone removes the tires perfectly, I'm gonna buy all the proper stuff to start gluing them and the bands and all that. But for right now, we're just sticking these on here. These do have a rotation on them, so don't screw that up. But this is a grippy boy right here. I think these black wheels look so much better. TRAXXAS, please stop with the chrome wheels. This looks a billion times better. As you can see, my Bandit is ready to go for testing. 12-turn brush. Now, what I've learned about these with the stock gearing is they are incredibly slow. So his is all ready to go. We were doing some speed runs with it, and what I found out, very important information, is it doesn't matter what motor you have and what battery you have. We have 3S, VXL 3S stuff, the Valenion 3500 kV. With that stock gearing, and I did not know this, I'm not gonna lie, but that stock gearing is gonna hold you back. The fastest I got this car was 25 miles an hour. So the speed run video, we're gonna be gearing these things up and seeing what we can get out of just kind of like factory style settings. So as you can see, the car, everything came out beautiful. It's fully restored. Stay tuned. Next video, we're going to be testing these and figuring out how to make them go faster by changing out the gears. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.